is where I am with my mic in my hand. Kakarina, Kakarina. Ain't nobody sweeter than me, so don't forget it. Yo, what's going on, everybody? This your girl Kakarina. Ain't nobody sweeter, so don't forget it. Alright. Now I'm bringing you guys some Battlefield 3 gameplay. Obviously, last BF3 gameplay that I put up was actually not my own. It was Guardian's. So hopefully you guys enjoy this gameplay while I tell you some ghost stories. That's right. Actually, I decided I'm going to start this series, one of a couple of series that I think that I'm going to start that will give you guys a glimpse into my life, certain things that I've been through that I don't mind sharing with you. And I've had a few experiences here and there with the paranormal. I don't think that they're any different than anyone else, to be honest with you. And I don't necessarily think that they're anything special, but, you know, just in case maybe you guys have had similar experiences, maybe, you know, someone out there can help me understand, or maybe I'll feel like I'm not so alone in, you know, weird things that have happened in my life that I can't explain. But basically, how we grew up. I grew up in Des Moines, Iowa. And me and my sister, both my mother and father's children, my full-blooded sister, Liz, we grew up in a non-denominational home. When it came to our belief system, we were raised to believe in Jesus Christ, and his teachings, and, you know, some of what's in the Bible. And my mother and father both were born-again Christians because they weren't originally of Christianity. And so by the time that me and my sister were born, you know, this is how we were raised. And now, if you don't believe in the same things that I do, that's perfectly fine with me. I don't mind one bit. I'm just giving you the backstory on, you know, my beliefs and whatnot. So, or, well, whatever, how I was raised. So, the first couple of experiences that I had were when I was very small. When my sister was just an infant and she was learning how to crawl. My dad's house was fairly large. I sometimes refer to his house as if it is still his house, even though he's passed, but the fact of the matter is it's not. It's my evil stepmother's house now, and I guess she does what she pleases, but whatever, moving on. When my dad was living, our house was a 2.5-story house with a half-finished basement, 5 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms. So it was a fairly nice house. It had a outdoor, in-ground pool that I swam in quite a bit as a child as well. And so my sister was learning how to crawl. She would crawl everywhere, which makes sense. Babies do that. I have 4 of my own children, so I know that they go wherever it is that they want to go until you stop them. So one day I was playing in the family room where the TV was, and something just was nagging at me. So I decided to go check on where my sister was. I don't know, something just told me, you know, Tetra, you know, that's my real name, Tetra, you need to go find your sister. So I looked around the house for a while, and my mother was in the kitchen washing dishes. Apparently one of the utensils had fallen off of the counter onto the floor. But I couldn't find where Liz was. So I went into the dining room where the table is at, and I found her just about to stick the fork into the electrical socket. And I ran up to her and I grabbed her and pulled her back. And I called for my mother. And she took the fork away, and she picked up my sister and put her in the playpen rather than allowing her to roam around freely. And that was the first instance that I felt that something was telling me that I needed to go do something. It just was a sudden, very urgent feeling that I had. It felt like a whisper almost. And to this day, I really can't explain what it was. But the second instance of that occurring was when I was with my father and my mother was not at home. And Dad and I, we were, just kind of, watching TV together. We weren't really doing a whole lot. I went upstairs for a little while, and he stayed downstairs, and he was watching golf. I did not like to. I don't know who as a child liked to watch golf. I don't think anybody does. So I went upstairs, and he was watching golf, and I came back downstairs, and I said, "Dad, where's Liz?" And he jumped up off of the couch, and he was like, "I don't know. I've not seen her." So me and him become frantic, and we're running around the house trying to find where Liz is, and we can't find her anywhere. We go into all the bathrooms. We go into all the bedrooms. We go into the basement. We go into the front yard. We go, by the garage where the driveway is. We go out into the street. We call her name. Nothing. Finally, I go back inside the house, and I go into the family room again, calling Liz's name. And I look out over the backyard, because we could see through the family room had a sliding glass door, and I could see out over the patio, over the pool. And there Liz was. She was actually in the pool, in a boat, in one of the inflatable boats that we had when we would play in the water, by herself. And she was only, guys, I think I would say 2 or 3 years old at the time. She wasn't much older than my youngest daughter now. And it scared the crap out of me. I didn't even call for my dad. I went outside right away. I remember what my dad taught me about not jumping in the pool after somebody, but instead giving them something so that they could grab onto, so I could pull them onto shore, so that I would be safe and they would be safe. So I grabbed one of the oars, reached it out to her, and I said, "Grab onto it, Liz." And she did, and I pulled her over to the shallow end where the steps are. And I pulled her out of the water, and Dad came outside, and he was just frantic. "Why is she in the pool?" And I was like, "I don't know, Dad. I don't know." But he was relieved not too long after that to learn that I did exactly what it was that he taught me to do. And ever since that day, he told people all the time, "My daughter saved my youngest's life." And it was all because of these little voices that kept telling me, directing me, kind of guiding me as to what to do and where to go to protect my little sister. You might call it angels. You might call it just random luck. You can call it whatever you want. But my sister is still alive and well. And honestly, that's all that matters. At least that's all that matters to me anyway. So, that's all I'm going to tell you guys for now. I'm going to save the rest of the stories for part 2, and I think part 3 I'm going to have. So, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. If you guys have any kind of stories of your own, you can always let me know in the comments or send me a video response. I definitely love for my subs to be active. So, you know, if you want to share anything, let me know. It's good to know that I'm not the only one that may have, you know, gone through this stuff. Because, you know, a lot of times when stuff like this happens to people, they're like, oh, well, you're just kind of crazy, so, you know, whatever. But, I don't know. I've always believed that, you know, things go on in our world that we're not completely in control of, and sometimes we're not completely aware of, until, you know, we're made aware. So, you know, I don't know. It's whatever. But I also did want to let you guys know that today is actually the airing of the original 1984 Transformers anime. You know, just a little tidbit that I wanted to throw out there for you guys, since, you know, this video is kind of long, and I wanted to, I mean, I didn't want to put that fact out there tomorrow. That wouldn't make sense. So, you know, I'm actually a big fan of Transformers, the original anime, Generation 1, and also Beast Wars. So, you know, but I was disappointed with Fall of Cybertron. It really wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. The story was pretty good, actually. It's just that it wasn't really as complete as I wanted it to be, and it had a lot of glitches and a lot of bullshit with the multiplayer, you know. But I'm gonna have to go back and check it out again and finish it, because I'm not quite done with it yet. But anyway, so yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the Battlefield 3 video. I didn't do too awesome, but I think I did pretty good on this map, considering that usually this is a sniping map, and I've tried sniping on this map before, and trust me when I say that it just doesn't work out for me. It just never ever seems to work out for me when it comes to sniping. And I think it's because the sniper rifles are incredibly weak on this game. And I don't know if they're ever going to do something about that. Seems kind of ridiculous to me that Battlefield 3 wanted to go for a little bit more realism, but yet it takes like 10,000 shots to kill someone with a sniper rifle. At least I think until they get to like the really, really good sniper rifles. But anyway, thanks for listening, guys. Friends, loves, butt faces. Until next time. Hey guys, KK Rena here. If you missed the previous vid, you can check it out now. And if you want more of me, don't forget to subscribe. Been here so long, but I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. Holding my breath till our love pulls me. Boy, I don't even breathe no more. And know that you said I won't walk away, so I stay here instead.